Bang! Neevesknives. I'm Jared, and we are live, ladies and gentlemen, live on Neevesknives, and we have a guest, Mike Emler, in the house. Looking like he just lost something. How's everybody doing tonight? We are going to be getting to people's new knives. I see it seems logical. Was asking anybody got any new knives coming their way? I know I definitely do.
Holy crap!
Kara,
There's
what were you
I was
asking
trying to
me?
grab my mouse. I was trying to find my mouse so I could pull up the comments.
Unless if it's sold out on Blade HQ, try Blade HQ, or if you're looking for the big banter, try GP Knives or Blade HQ. Link down in the description. I don't know if there's any more available. It's badass.
Which one are
I
you
know
talking about?
this is one of the debates. We're gonna go through that debate.
Wait, no, I want to see what knife is that, because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to find my mouse.
The big banter, the
Oh,
one
okay.
you were dissing today.
I didn't,
but not the one, this one, but the big brother to that, the one you
was
were
that
dissing.
that was yesterday.
Well, I watched it today, so
I don't remember. It's the days run together.
I know what you mean.
I sit out here with the
I'm
wife
curious.
And gone. I just constantly am. All I'm doing is filming. Like, I didn't even know. I went to the grocery store this morning. I couldn't figure out why it was so crowded, and I was talking to my sister about it. She's like, "Why the fuck would you go to the grocery store the day before Thanksgiving?" I was like, "That makes sense." She's like, "What?" And I was like, I work on making content like fucking 10, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know what fucking day of the week it is, let alone what day of the fucking month."
Yeah, I get so mixed up where like I don't even know the dates, and I gotta continue like trying to keep myself looking at a calendar and stuff, because I'll forget it's my birthday.
My wife reminded me the morning they were flying out. She's like, "Well, are you okay with taking us to the airport tonight?" And I was like, "You're not going until tomorrow." She's like, "No, we're absolutely leaving tonight." I was like, "Okay."
Hey, Custom EDC with the 2 bones. How are you doing, man?
I have his prototype wear and tack here at the house, and it is up on the list of things that I need to film as soon as I finish editing all the unboxing stuff I did from the stuff you sent me.
I'm curious right now, and I'd like everybody in the chat, including yourself, to, I know your family's out of the country and everything, so it might be a little bit different for you, but everybody else most likely has something going on tomorrow. What is everybody going to have in their pockets? I am absolutely 100% going to have the new F22 KICKSTOP. I am so happy I got this. Damn it,
that looks good.
I'm so happy.
I actually do have Thanksgiving plans. One of my paying members, Winston Cobretti, sent me a 5-pound ham, a pre-made green bean casserole with the French fried onions and sweet potatoes that was already prepared. It's all in bags. All I have to do is warm it up. He sent it to me through Honey Baked Ham. He was like, "I know your family's gone. You're getting a care package. I have an entire Thanksgiving dinner that showed up."
That's awesome. What are you going to be carrying? Man, I'm telling you, this thing with
what do I
gotta get more knives like this.
Knife of the year? What year? Every fucking year. I'm carrying my Norse.
I knew you were gonna say that, but we were
in my
hoping. Everybody in the chat, we had a bet going, and anybody who bid it against that lost. So,
oh, you guys did have a bet going in the chat,
but we should have. Jeremiah Moses with the 2 bones. Thank you, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you and everybody else.
Since I'm done filming for the day, I pick out a couple knives usually every day that go in my pocket, and that's for review. And then end of the day, I pick, I have a couple things. This is also in my pocket. That Tucson TS383.
Yeah, well, Kyle, you got to be carrying something though, right? Just because you're at home doesn't mean you're not carrying. We got the Kershaw Storm, an OTF, and a small emergency knife for work. That's always good. Kershaw Storm. I can't think of which Kershaw that is, Jason.
I've seen it. I can't think
know
of it
a lot
either.
of the Kershaws too. Breeze is carrying, I'm guessing, what the hell? Ed is not doing anything tomorrow. He's gonna be alone. Life happens. I get it, but what the hell are you gonna have in your damn pocket, brother?
My hands. I'm really playing pocket pool. Like, haha, all by myself. The wife and kid are gone. Pouring on the big TV.
See, he knows what's up. Moonshine and knives. That is what is up.
Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? What's up, Demon? The VOSTEED, Thunderbird, and a Kraken. Yeah, the Thunderbird. Here we go. We got the Thunderbird.
You got the Thunderbird, huh?
Yeah, this one right here. It's a dual ground Tonto.
I can't see
somewhat of
it.
a
It's so
Japanese style.
dark.
It's a
There's
drop.
no.
It's a weird blade shape. It's a drop.
There's no light
point.
on it. I can't see the blade. You've got it too close. I
Let
can't.
me
I can only
let me go like
see.
this.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
it's got a dual grind on it, but it's a button lock.
Yeah.
Um,
I haven't got to see. I have
multiple
not got
deployments.
to
You
see
see
one of
it's
those
got
yet.
tons of deployments on there.
I like the look of that. That looks cool. I just haven't
Yeah,
got to see
it is
one yet.
pretty cool. Yeah, it's a cool one. VOSTEED, man, they're kicking ass.
Yeah.
One of the subjects we have coming up is something about VOSTEED that me and you are going to talk about.
Oh, really? We are.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you'll talk about it. And I might just sit here and go, yeah, no.
Well,
Who was thinking about?
you
Why
might-
did you
you
say
might- you
something?
might.
Why would you? Okay, I see here. It says Neevesknives. I was thinking of doing the Slish Buoy. What were you thinking of doing? Because I hate that. Is a dumb knife.
I
That
love
is a
the Slish
dumb
Buoy.
knife.
I love the Slish Buoy.
No, you like it because Nick Shabazz brought it to me. The only reason those knives sell is because Nick.
No,
said
I
something about it.
honestly, to be honest, to be 100%, I hated it then. And the only reason why is because I didn't like the look of it. I never tried it though. So I heard the hype on it, but back then I had something against Spyderco and I refused to try it. I didn't give a fuck. I thought it was ugly
Okay,
as shit.
let me give you my honest, unabashed opinion. I don't like the knife, but it's absolutely a very, very well made knife. It's probably one of the best Spydercos ever. Nav Sergeant.
Yeah, dude, I love it because I know I'm not saying it compares to a Sabenza, but it has that feeling to me, you know, that's super
It is, like I
solid.
said, it's a very, very well made knife.
Yeah.
It's just too bad that they put all that effort into such a poor design.
CRKT Fossil don't have the cash for a new knife.
I have a
haven't
CRKT
been
fossil
to
over here.
Gonna
I have a
be with the
CRKT
Fox
fossil
family.
that's going to be a CRKT fossil that's going to be the giveaway for
Yeah.
my paying members.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought you had one.
I do. It was a gift, and I'm giving it away to my paying members. It was sent as a giveaway.
Colton's got some automotive tips in Hartman, Arkansas. So the one thing that really made me like the one I personally have was it has CTS XHP. I've never felt CTS XHP heat treated as well as what's on there. And like when I first got it, I did everything to like it had a factory edge too.
Yeah.
To kill the factory edge. I mean, I did a lot. Like I went up and beyond, and it just would not give up, would not give up, would not give up. And it went so long that I was like, and I wanted to sharpen it, but I didn't want to sharpen it for no reason. And it had a really good factory edge. And eventually I wound up sharpening it, not because it went dull, just because I got pissed.
Yeah. If XHP is done, I'm not a fan.
So good.
I wasn't a fan of XHP, and I'm not a fan of XHP in most knives, but there are a couple. There are some bubbles. Mike, look out! There's a broccoli skull.
I think
behind you.
obviously the
Oh,
company
no.
has to do it well, just like any.
Yeah. So I had a Spyderco in XHP, and it was garbage. I had the. They did a sprint run native with the. It was on knifecenter.com because Knife Center was the first company that ever sold Spyderco online. So it was an anniversary sprint run, and it was an exclusive. And I got it. And it was the original native in XHP. And it just would never take the edge I wanted. It would get sharp, but it just wouldn't ever take the edge I wanted at any grit. And so I gave it to my brother-in-law. And I was like, I was just kind of like, I didn't like XHP. I had a couple knives come in for sharpening their XHP, and I didn't like I didn't like him on those. But then I got Cold Steel did a run of XHP, and the heat treat was amazing.
Right.
And I've had a couple custom knives.
That was my first experience with it, was with Cold Steel.
Yeah,
So,
Cold Steel's XHP was amazing. But then again, Cold Steel, every steel Cold Steel ever used, the heat treat on it was. You can complain about things they do with their knives and handles and the
I've never
overtop stuff.
complained about Cold
Never
Steel.
had a bad heat treat from. They had OS8. They had OS8 that performed better than a lot of other really good steels.
Taiwan seems to do a really good job.
It's not just Taiwan. It was just.
But I'm just saying, like even if you think about some of the Spydercos from Taiwan, the Cold Steels, the Quiet Carries, like it seems like, and I don't know how many, companies they have there that actually make knives, but from my experience, a lot of them do a really, really good job.
Yeah, what is it? Taichung, Taiwan. That's anything out of that Taichung plant in Taiwan from Spyderco. I think it's, to tell you the truth, I think it's all done there, and they just have different parts of the plant that are dedicated to different companies. Because if you get something out of Taiwan, the heat treat on different companies' knives coming out of Taiwan on the same steel is going to be almost the same. The
Yeah.
grinds look the same. The way that even if it's injection molded, it all has a specific look. And you're like, that all came out of the same plant. You can't tell me different.
Will B says, I always have my Norseman too. Everyone is sick though, so no family stuff Sunday. I'll probably have my Kaiser Beglighter XL. That's a good one.
The
Going
that was in my
classy,
pocket earlier.
the
The
Paint
Beglighter.
of Brass Apache. Nice, nice. A novice here. Where to begin when it comes to sharpening? I cannot get knife sharp. So if you need any type of sharpening videos, I have an entire playlist of sharpening videos. So does the man across from me. He's pinned right down in the description linked, so you just can hit that and go subscribe to his channel. But I have an entire playlist of teaching knife sharpening.
I'm not going
really
far.
struggling. Me and him are about to talk about now. I don't know what type of knives you're trying to sharpen, but if you're having problems with chef knives in particular and certain fixed blades, me and Mike are about to talk about a sharpening system that's perfect for anybody struggling. But there
is
are
it the one?
lots
Is
of
it the
other
one that
ways.
I don't want to talk about it too much because my video on it goes up tomorrow,
Well,
Thursday.
all we're going to talk about, because I have the other one, the tumbler one, and we're going to talk about the differences between the two. But anyways, yeah, check out the videos because there's tons of them, tons of tips and tricks and stuff like that. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll be carrying my Jelly Jerry Design 229. Hell yeah. M39.
I like the Jelly Jerry designs. I didn't like them at first. Like the first time I saw them, I was like, I don't know. But then I saw some of the others, and I was like, that one you sent me, that really changed. I can't remember which one it was. Was that the 223?
Fire. A Cultrotech knife.
Hang on a second. Wait a second. Blacklisted said, "Isn't Emler a scammer? Aren't you ignorant?"
Formerly known as NAF Sergeant, we have NAF in the house, who is carrying a Cultrotech Cornet. Just unboxed the Fox Chillin'. I don't know what either one of those are, but I do know Cultrotech makes some fucking insane knives. So I can only imagine it's very, very expensive.
I have not seen the Cornet yet. I mean, I haven't ever got to see. I've seen it. I've just never got to handle one.
Rocking the Wee Sear in 20CV. Nice. I'm hoping to get some of those new Wee knives on the channel here soon, guys. So I know it's been requested many times. I haven't thought about it yet, but it'll be one of the 147 knives. Yeah, I figured it'd be one of those. When you got a huge collection, it does get tough to pick out what you're going to be carrying.
I've been gifted enough stuff lately.
So if anybody said anything that I missed, you guys can always just re-say it, and I will. I see. Seems Logical's got the. Oh no, wait. He said TS Bronc. I don't know if he means he's carrying it or not. But I want to talk to you about, first off, the banter, because you did a video on the banter. Now, you know,
no, I didn't bash the knife. If you watch the video, I didn't bash the knife.
Yeah,
it's just not a knife. It's just
I would say anybody who's a fan of it, like myself, would consider you bashed it.
I said it's well built. Like, it's just like, it's too bad it wasn't a better design. That's
well. See, the things that you didn't like about it are the things I like about it.
Oh, okay.
So it's just like, that's the only difference. But this is
so you didn't get enough oxygen in the womb. I see.
Right. But I do think, though, I honestly think that, I don't know, maybe this one won't be for you either, but a lot of the things that you were complaining about, I think you would find.
I think you're absolutely right, but that's not the knife I was reviewing.
I know. No, I know that.
If you go find my video, if you go find my original video about the Kaiser Roach, the original, the full size, I didn't like it. The video that I did of the mini Roach that you sent me has had 4 total videos.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Roach here in a minute, by the way. So hold off on that one.
This knife as a mini is so much better than the original.
Fuck it.
No. I was just saying.
Yeah, no, dude. I agree, man. I think that this is such a killer design, even with the flipper tab. And I took mine off, but even with it's good. But without it, oh man, that detent is perfect. The ergos are really good. The grind is so good.
It's so good to get up on it without having that flipper tab in the way. You just really can get up on it.
The whole placement too, it's in a perfect spot. all those things, and then the access to the lock bar,
Yep.
sharp control, plunge gun, like it's just like all these little details knocked out of the park. Inset clip with flat screws, like all the little details that we complain about that are small but are important.
Yeah.
They knocked it out.
Oh, hey, I want to apologize. If you guys hear me snorting, I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I have got a sinus infection. That's what I had to get up for, was to go take my antibiotics.
But yeah, the flipper tab though, with it on there, great flipping action.
It's got a great flicking. It's just, it's kind of in the way.
Yeah.
And and the other thing, if like I couldn't unsee it. Did you see the video I did with it on there? It looks like a seahorse. It looks like a startled seahorse. Like,
oh, well, you know, I'll say one thing that I can't get out of my fucking head now after you is the damn retarded smile on a lot of knives.
Why is my knife looking at me?
Yeah. But I see it a little differently. I always see the screws. Let me grab one just to show.
I know it looks like off to the side, like the.
Yeah. They always seem to look weird. Like I wish I could find. Now all of a sudden I can't find one. And there, it's like on most knives, and right now I'm struggling over here. I will.
Logical. Are you allowed to laugh? Do you have a sinus infection? I don't want the chat to kill you through laughter. No, but I will say I'm having a hard time hearing because I have so much pressure because my ears are like plugged up. So it definitely sucks. I can't tell how loud I'm talking, so I apologize if I'm loud.
No, you're not loud at all. I'd say turn it up. Okay, Antimatter with the 5 bones. Thank you for the donation. Happy Thanksgiving to you. Hey guys, I'm going to my mom's house tomorrow for Thanksgiving. I'm carrying my off-grid Scorpion. Badass knife to carry. Hell yeah. What do you guys take on the best testers? Okay, so here's my opinion on the best.
I've never used one. Is that better? I turned it up. Is that better?
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. I've used them many times, and the reason why you guys don't see it in a lot of my videos, and I'll probably wind up making a full video on it, and I've shown it in a bunch of videos, but I don't trust it because I know how easy it is for me to manipulate the answer or the score. Like it is, you have to trust the person that you're watching if you're watching it through a camera, because it is so easy to cheat it. And you can't.
If you've got it off a little bit, it's gonna.
Yeah. Well, if you go fast, it's all about speed. If you're supposed to go as slow as you possibly can. That's the thing. But if you turn up your speed by 3%, it will change the number. And
3%, as Jared says, 3%. That's this many.
3%, but you can't see it though. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I know.
See my speed, like you can't really tell, and cameras don't do it justice when you're talking about speed because of frame rates and things like that.
Yeah. Oh no, I get it. Well, I don't. Here's the thing.
Not saying people aren't honest with it, because a lot of people probably are.
Here's the thing: if a knife is sharp enough to just touch, cut phone book paper. Then I don't need a best tester, because that's exactly where I want it. Right. I don't give a crap about what the numbers are, because if you get that angle off, you're going to get misreadings, and then you're in your head about like, oh well, I couldn't get it. I mean, I don't care when I'm sharpening a knife for a customer. Like if I take a piece of phone book paper and I just push it up against it and it starts to cut and continues to glide through without needing to draw cut it, then it's perfect. It's fine.
Well, if the way I think about it though is if you're getting it for yourself, the best tester, and you're just doing it for yourself so you can hold your own self accountable, then it's great. It's a great system, and it is accurate at that point. However, when it comes to somebody trying to look good on camera,
it's easy to cheat it.
Yeah.
Or make you look bad on camera. If somebody's got a best tester and they're like, hey, I got this knife from this dickhead called Mike Emler, and they turn the angle and it pushes down on it and it fucking gives it a higher score than.
Well, they would go ridiculously slow with that one, but then take another one and go a little bit faster, which will give you a different score. And this is the thing, I've taken edges that are ungodly sharp and put them against other knives that were sharp, and like did the difference, like one fast, one slow, and it without a doubt the one that's just sharp will outperform the one that's ridiculously sharp, just because of a little tiny bit of speed difference. And
Well,
I
the
know
other
for
thing
a
too, the
fact
other
this
thing
stuff is
too is
sharper.
the behind the edge thickness or the edge, the blade, the edge profile is going to
Mhm.
is going to affect that a little bit because
It's
it's
supposed to be where which would still be an account, with the apex. So it's
yeah,
supposed to only rely on the apex. But yeah, if you have thicker geometry on one and apex is going to be a little bit slightly bigger on something else, but it is accurate as long as you're honest. I'm just
yeah,
saying when you're watching people on camera doing it, it's difficult because for me to watch it and trust anybody, unless if I trust the person. If I trust the person, yeah, of course. But
yeah.
just random people on the internet, I don't trust their scores. So when you start seeing motherfuckers with like a score of 5,
Fucking
and 12 and shit,
you'll catch it
don't trust
later.
them.
Shane put up here. Shane put up here because I'm reading it as it goes. I'm not like sitting where you're at. It says
Uh-huh.
Birdshot got a 15 from a Praetorian. Dot dot
Exactly.
dot bullshit.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. Talica with the 5 bones. My holiday knife is my unique large Sabenja 31. It's that time of year again.
What?
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
Talika. What one? What one did you get? What's your unique one?
He's got one with it almost looks like a weld on it, and it's anodized, but it looks like it has like welding marks, and it looks so cool. It's
Oh,
got
that's
some really cool colors. I've never seen another one than
well.
like the one he
They
has.
do a lot of one of a kind stuff. I was
Yeah.
talking with Tim about that at the show. Nico and I are gonna make a trip up. I was gonna try and do it since the wife and kid are in Japan. I was gonna try and see if Nico and I could make a trip up to Boise before January, but I don't think so. Not with the amount of cost that I've incurred here recently. So yeah, we were going to go up because he was going to show us some of their specific stuff, and we were going to go over to Bill Koenig's shop as well. Uh-oh.
Hey, hang on one second. I'm talking to Carol. I want to send him a link so he can come in. Can you get his email for me? All right. So hold on. What did that say?
What
Dango
say?
Ross says, "What's the actual knife we can win if we guess right?" I don't know what you're guessing.
I'm just effing around. I was asking them if they could guess your childhood nickname. Not the not the super little one, the more teenage one that you still go by now. I mean, you do.
So. Oh, I thought you were talking about the kid one.
Oh, Butter Cheeks.
Bubbles with the 5 bones. I got my first Pena last week. Good for you, man. Thanks for your advice. Glad I did. Now I want a custom. That's how it goes, man.
Oh,
but I'll tell you what though. Riet does those Penas, and they're hard to beat. So,
well, have you had a custom Pena? No, I disagree. Have you had a custom Pena?
I'm not saying that the Pena customs aren't better. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the quality that the ones do. They do a lot of justice compared to the custom.
Oh, they absolutely.
They do such a good job. Like that's a knife I will almost always recommend. Like a Pena. Penas are fucking fire.
The Penas are great. And I'm trying to. I've got Enrique's phone number. I've got to try and get him on the channel. Enrique is if you've met him at a knife show, he's so quiet. Like he doesn't fit the knife maker mold. Like he's shy. Ray Laconico too, shy and just like quiet. But when it comes down to it, Enrique's knives are great. And I have to tell you a story about this real quick so I don't forget. So Elliot, when I first met Elliot and we started hanging out a lot, he told me, he's like, "You ever heard of this dude, Enrique Pena?" I was like, "No." And he goes, "He wants to do a collab, and all he ever does is slip joints, and he's not that well known." And he's like, "I just really think it would be kind of a waste of time." And so here we are, like 7-8 years later. And I was talking with Elliot, and he goes, "Have you seen how Pena's stuff is blowing up?" And I was like, "Yeah." He goes, "I should have done that fucking collab years ago." It's like, I should have fucking done it. He's like, "I should have fucking done it." He's like, "But I didn't know who he was back then." And he goes, he's like, "That ship is sailed."
Man. Formula One with the boink. Thank you, brother. I appreciate the 2 bones, man. QM Fiend says, remember, guys, remember, guys, if you're doing any shopping this holiday season on Amazon, my affiliate link is right there.
No bullshit. Fuck that. He makes enough goddamn money.
Thank you, Fiend. I appreciate it, brother.
Use my affiliate links. They're in the description of my videos.
Okay, so what?
I'm just kidding.
Give me 1 second, guys. Go ahead, Mike. Just I gotta send something.
Oh shit! I wasn't ready for this.
Entertain really quick.
I'm ill prepared.
You're not sharing that tab, right?
No.
If you did,
Got it.
everyone would be emailing him.
Yeah, I know.
Just ordered. What is this? Seems
hey,
logical.
I just sent you the link to join if you want to jump in here.
What is this? Seems logical as Mike does name drop a whole lot. LOL. No, it's just because all of my friends are knife makers. Like, it's not name dropping. That's just the people. Everybody I talk to is more than likely a knife maker or another YouTuber.
Speaking of Elliot, one of the knives that you talk about a lot, and I do as well, the Aluris.
Oh yeah,
Man, I fucking love this knife.
Mine's over on the workbench. Mine's on the workbench.
I did a poll versus the Aluris and the Archbishop 3.0, and the 3.0 won. I think it's, because it has cut out multiple deployments, and I don't think the people realize how easy this knife reverse flicks.
Yeah, that one too. Yeah, I was going to say, you don't need it.
It's great. It's such a good knife.
Seems logical said he didn't get the link. Seems logical said he didn't get the link.
He didn't get it?
Wait, where's the link? Oh, never mind. He found it. It says found it. The Aluris, hang on a second. I'll grab mine. The Aluris
go ahead and grab
is actually right now.
The Archbishop does have better flipping action because it has such a snappy detent. The Aluris still has a snappy detent.
Well, don't forget your Archbishop is broke in.
That's true.
Your Archbishop, you've had it a lot longer.
It has a regrind. So
I actually have. So I don't really know. Because I don't own the 2.0 or the 3.0.
Okay.
I have the original, the original in-house.
Yeah. You got the custom.
I sent you this one, remember?
Yep. Yes, I do.
And so the action on it is so much different. Like every one of the in-house builds, it's so much different because it's got the rolling detent. It's got
right.
There's no detent plate.
Yeah, it's completely different.
The 3.0 is good, but I personally think this is their best production design yet. It's so much thinner than the others and everything.
Yeah, very, very thin and just ergonomically, slicey wise, the shape. I love the shape.
Flipper tab is perfect.
The cutout for the lock bars on the inside.
Yeah, I know. I love that. And everybody's like, I talked to a bunch of knife makers. They're like, oh, I can't do it on the inside because the way the scales are chamfered. And I was like, these are chamfered. I was like, you don't. I'm like, and they're like, well, why does it have to be on the inside? And I'm like, because if it's on the outside, it catches your pants material.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Especially with certain clips. Edgy American. Thank you, Shane. I'm using Jared's money to get Jared money. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. Love y'all. Even Emler, even though he's wrong about everything.
I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong about the fact that you look like a thumb, Shane.
What's the best way to
drew eyes and stuff on it? That's Shane right there.
Here you go, Mike. Here's one good for you. What's the best way to support Mike? Buy one of his designs.
No,
buy 5 bones.
No, here's the best way you can do it. Go to Amazon with my affiliate link and buy my.
The best way to support you. Sorry.
Okay, so the best way is for you to go to Amazon and just copy one of my links and use it every time you're going to buy anything.
Well, be careful with that. You don't want to do it every time because they can hit you with that. So, but if they go to your channel, because it'll hold up for 24 hours.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do it do it as often as possible because obviously it helps. But you want to be careful with like family members doing that with you.
No, I don't send it to any of my family members. But what I was saying, the other way you can do it is if you want to support me through the purchase of a knife. The sea snake is the only one I still get royalties on. The stonefish, the big one, We Knife Company paid me out for the entire run. So every one of them they sell, I don't make any more money. I already got paid for those. But the sea snake, the small one, if you use my affiliate link and then go buy it on Amazon, I get paid both. Get paid 2 times. 2 times.
There you go. Nuts for Knives is a new member, man. Shout out to you.
How'd you see that? I was about to tell you.
Yeah, it popped up.
Where?
On the top, it shows up on the screen.
Yeah, well, a lot of times the members won't pop up in the chat.
New members always pops up, but like their milestones, like if they've been a member for like 8-9 months or something, that doesn't.
So if you have headphones in, then it shouldn't matter. So try putting on headphones. If you need to, if you come in, there's an issue, we can deal with it. We're not worried about it. It's okay. But
it's just me and him. I mean, it's
plug in the headphones.
Fly by night.
Be fine.
CJRB.
If you have headphones.
Anthony Kitchen said something about the CJRB.
Yeah, he just said the CJRB question mark.
Nah, mine's
he's talking
Artisan.
about the Artisan is Artisan Sea Snake.
Artisan Sea Snake. And I got to looking at it like I was, huh? Yeah. I got to looking at it, and that thing must have sold well because they sell for like $30, and I make like 5 cents a knife, and I still get like royalties every quarter.
Papa's got it. He's got a snake. Edgy American says, Kara, he's gonna punch us if we start calling him Chugabug.
Chugabug.
So I want to talk. Well, seems logical being here in 1 second.
Okay.
But I felt bad when you start doing that unboxing and you seen that Sig Sauer pouch and I didn't send the Sig Sauer. I should have sent it.
No, I'll tell you what, I was pleasantly disappointed because when I opened it up, I was much happier. I see that and I know what knife that is. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm not as disappointed. Like, cause now that I see it, I'm like, no, it's okay.
You know what? You might like it more than you think.
Really? You think? I've seen pictures of it. I didn't like it.
Well,
but then again, I'll tell you what, a knife that surprised me. And I did a video about it and it got corrupted and I couldn't ever do it because I got it and then I had to give it back. Do you remember when they started coming out with the Cold Steel Golden Eyes that had that weird, like the Spidey hole, but it had the gold, the gold piece in it? I got one of those and I'm like, it's a gimmick. It looks like a piece of shit. And I got to handle it. And I was like, actually, this is a pretty good knife. Oh shit. It's him.
He's in here. Let me get this super chat really quick. Nuts for Knives with the 5 bones, man. Shout out to you. New member and 5 bones, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. And
I have to mute my mic. I keep hitting when I take a drink of coffee. I keep hitting the microphone.
Shout out to Seems Logical in the house. Good friend.
What's up, everybody?
Huge supporter. Been a part of the channel since the beginning. So what's up, brother? How you
always
doing?
been fun on my channel as well in the comment section.
No, he's always been awesome.
I like to cause chaos in the comment section.
That's what's up. A lot of people do.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Roaster. Yes, there is a link to Mike's channel.
Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about, because I have a huge giveaway coming up soon, and we're going to talk about some of those.
Aaron, I don't know. I want to. He's talking about the Sparrow knife Strix. I got one Sparrow knife design. I want to try that new one, but I don't know if I'm going to get it on the channel. It looks badass, so I really want to. And then Formula One with the 5 bones, boink, because I missed last week and Sunday. Good for you.
I wish I had to,
like a man. Make Mike stay at 2. Also,
I did boink. I didn't get.
There you go.
I wish I was using my condenser mic with the soundboard, but there's I ran no joke, ran over my microphone cord with my chair. I rolled across it and I broke the connector, the 3-prong connector that goes in the mic. I'm waiting on a new microphone cord.
Know why you have a broccoli behind your head?
Because okay, so the story, in case anybody has not heard, so one of my paying members, this is a physical thing that's on my workbench. Yep. One of my original paying members that's no longer in a paying member, they couldn't afford to keep doing it, and I perfectly understand it, but they sent me this as a gift. It's an acrylic head, like it's a skull, but when you look at it, it looks like broccoli. Like it very much looks just like this. And I took a picture of it and turned it.
What were those? Chia. That's what
it kind of does. But yeah. I took that picture in I did that picture in a specific way so I could put it as a background because I was like, this thing's cool.
So it seems logical. He's got a joke for us. He's
gonna tell me a jarhead joke, apparently.
Yep.
Okay.
This isn't my joke. I heard it. It's a Marine joke. And
well, I wasn't a Marine, right? I was a sailor.
I know you were in the Navy. So I know that there's a rivalry between the two. And I thought when I heard it, I was like, Mike is gonna appreciate this. So hopefully you haven't heard it before.
I've heard a lot of Marine Corps jokes.
Okay. Well, hopefully this is a new one for you.
Let's see.
All right. So there's this retired Marine, right? He's about 60, 70 years old. And he says to himself, I'm tired of living. I want to die, but I want to die in a cool way. I'm going to take a rowboat across the Atlantic Ocean and invade Japan. Finish what we started all those years ago. And I know some of you in the chat are thinking, isn't Japan in the Pacific? And you'd be right. But you have to remember, he's a Marine. He's not that smart. They call him crayon eaters for a reason. So anyway, here he is in the ocean, just, rowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, Marine Corps, Marine Corps. And then God looks down on him and goes, I can see that he wants to die, but I'm going to do it in a roundabout way. So he snaps his fingers and his brain pops out. But the Marine keeps rowing. 1, 2, 3, 4, Marine Corps, ooh rah, ooh rah. And it's like, what? That shouldn't happen. All right, you know what? I'm gonna do it this way. Snaps his fingers, his heart just disappears. But he keeps going. 1, 2, 3, 4, ooh rah, Marine Corps, Marine Corps. And he's like, what? What in my name? What in the me damn? This will have to work. And he snaps his fingers, and his testicles just disappear. And here he is in the ocean. In the Marine Corps, you can sail the 7 seas in the Marine Corps. I ruined it. I ruined the... In the Navy.
Yeah, in the Navy.
I was going so good until the very last.
You were doing so well.
No,
and then
I got it though because I understood where that was going.
I kind of knew where it was going, and I heard you say his brain popped out.
I didn't know until that.
His what? His what? His what popped
out? Severe with the 5 bones, best quality, AccuSharp DMT. I would go, to be honest, because of the affordability, I would go ultra sharp. The DMTs are a lot more expensive, and the ultra sharps are basically the same thing. You can get a 3-plate set.
I disagree. They don't last anywhere near as long.
Well,
you and I had this argument before.
Longer for me with the DMTs. I remember I got a DMT before, and it wore out really quick. Maybe they're doing them better now. I don't know.
Well, I also got some
extra.
Mine was an extra course.
Anyway,
mine was an extra course. Mine wasn't a sharpening stone. Mine was an extra course flattening plate, like a.
But where I was going to go with this though is the best ones are going to be Atoma.
Yeah, absolutely.
Atomas are going to be the best. They're going to be the coarsest, the best bite. They last a good amount of time now,
and they're not as expensive.
Well, also you can buy replacement strips.
They call
instead
them
of buying a whole plate. Now they're still expensive because the most expensive part is the diamonds, but you don't have to pay the extra cost for the plate once you
plus
buy
you can buy they call them what do they call them, sleeves or screens or something. Anyway, you can and it comes with the adhesive built on it, and you can make a double side, so you can.
That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. Then you can just buy one plate and then get the other strip of whatever the replacement is and slap it on the back, and they're really good quality, and especially because when you're talking about diamond plates, you need a extra coarse one, for reprofiling, especially if you're doing, fixed blades or multiple knives. So you can get a 140 from them. And from my experience, that is the most aggressive stone you can buy in a plate.
Yeah. Well, you can buy more. Like I said, DMT has some plates that are not necessarily sharpening plates. They're flattening plates.
Flattening, yeah.
And they're the extra coarse or the extra coarse. And I've used those, and those do hold up for a long time, but they don't, even though they're more coarse, I don't think they do as well. It's because they're more coarse. It takes so much more work to refine that back. I think you're right. That 140 Atoma would be the coarsest I would go from now on. I'm not going back to one of those, because you wind up having to do so much work on still a very coarse stone, like a 220 or a 120, to get rid of the scratch pattern from those extra or those double X coarse DMT plates. They'll reprofile a knife like that.
Yeah.
But it leaves you with such a screwed up scratch pattern. It just takes
that's the thing. When you start
getting
too aggressive, unless when you get say the 50 grit beast, that fucker hog steel, but the scratches are so deep.
Yeah.
You need a 140 just to get those out before you can move to like a 300 or a 600. So when you get to that course, it is strictly for reprofiling. You still have to reprofile with another stone after that to lay a good scratch pattern. It's just to break it down and get rid of chips and stuff.
Now, if I was just going to compare it to just like a coarse DMT, like your average DMT, to look at you and I you had me get those ones. It was a 300, like it's about consistent with just a coarse DMT plate. Yeah, they last about the same. But those extra course and double X course really, really do hold up a long time.
Bubbles with the 2 bones. 3 knife dorks walk into a bar. We got Formula 1 with the 2 bones. Ouch. What Logical says, at least he didn't start singing YMCA.
Well, it's pretty much the same thing.
Just bought the Benchmade 4170 BK Auto. What do you think? I don't know that one.
Which one is it?
The 4170 BK, the BK. I don't know what that one is. You think I would? I'm supposed to be a fucking knife channel over here.
I haven't seen it either.
5 bones. Wubba lubba double bubba. Thank you for the 5 bones, Carco. I appreciate it, man. You might have fucked up the words, but the delivery was on point. Yes, it was. It was. Absolutely, the whole thing was on point. So, what are you carrying?
I didn't practice it. I was actually carrying. Might look familiar.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's
the
Penguin.
Get the Penguin.
I actually got it from Jared.
I got the Penguin Plus right here. This is the big one. I can't express this enough, guys. This thing is awesome. It's such a good size. That's
how girls tell you it's really little.
I'm telling you though, 20 CV. I don't know how well it's heat treated, but damn good knife though. Full titanium frame lock. They do come in different versions, but yeah, I really like it. Perfect weight.
I have to say that I've seen people buy the much more expensive versions of it, and it doesn't make any sense to me. At $30, this knife is so good at $30.
No, it is. But when you try some of the more expensive versions, so like this one right here, right? Full titanium, and it's slimmer, it's thinner, slimmer. So like there's other differences, not just, that it's upgraded materials, but it does, man. The detent. Oh yeah. Also, this is another big thing, bearings. So they switched to bearings, and it is stupid smooth. I know my washer one's very smooth too. So
I'm like, you're not selling me on it. Like if I can get this knife for $30 and it does exactly what I want, I'm not paying $200. I'm not paying $200 fucking dollars for it.
I was the exact same way for a long time because I was like, I already have it, and like I really like it. So
that's also I've never understood. I've never understood buying.
One.
I've got friends that have in the Ferrum Forge group of friends that we've got that have 5 of the same knife. He's like, oh, I've got 5 of those. And I'm like, fucking why? Like, it's like share the wealth.
Yeah, this is the jig bone pattern one. They're all sold out, but they were on Traditional Pocket Knives website. However, you can get the frag pattern one, and KAVISO has a whole bunch of different ones. Where's the frag pattern one?
Mine is the denim micarta.
That's what I have. I have a denim micarta one. I sent him, what was that, gray micarta, right? Brian?
What's up?
Was that one the gray micarta one?
Yeah.
I
was reading chat. My bad.
Steel Forged in Fire. What's up, Joe?
Yeah, hey, by the way, Joe, thanks for mentioning me in a video.
Gray micarta D2.
I like their D2 was pretty good.
Here.
Yeah. I want a big banter, but 170 is nuts. I thought they were 150. They're 145, I thought.
What are? I'm sorry, I didn't
big
miss
banters. That. Another really good one though that's out right now, which is a twofold. The Drop Bear and
that seems to be the hottest one right now. Everybody's talking about the Drop Bear.
So damn
it looks good.
I like it
looks familiar.
So they're using the clutch lock, and what this scale just pops right off. Same thing with this side, and you can get to the Omega springs. You can adjust them. So they also come with thicker Omega springs, and you can adjust these for different strengths. Same thing with this one. They call it the clutch lock. So you can increase basically the detent and the lock bar strength. But aluminum scales, this one's 20 CV. This one's 154 CM. They do have a 154 CM version of this with rich light scales. But the aluminum scales, in my opinion,
did you say rich light?
What
is it? Is it tricolor rich light?
It's pink or no maroon, red, something like that. I think they call it purple, but
it's a thing on my channel. It's a PDM thing.
Oh man, it's such a badass knife.
I like. So I haven't got to see the what was the other one? The something bear.
The drop bear.
Drop bear. I haven't got to see that one yet. That's a good looking knife. I like.
I know.
That.
I should have sent it to you because I got 2 of them.
That's a good looking spear point blade. I've only got a couple knives that have spear point blades. I've only got like 2 or 3. And I'm like, why don't I buy more? And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Cause I'm poor.
The size.
That's always the
everything
hang-up.
about it's good. Everything. The roaster with the fine bones. Jared or Mike, whoever can correctly pronounce. Go ahead, brother.
I can't even see it. I don't have my reading glasses. Was this that
Synodouche.
Touche. Touchy.
Touche.
Yeah, like I said, touchy.
I'm gonna guess Cynic douche, but it might be
Synodouche.
And that fancy bag that girls use to clean it out down there.
Douches.
That's the only douche I've ever seen.
I appreciate it. If you say Kaiser 2 more times, I know I'm waiting for him to pop up. I'm surprised he didn't hear us. Normally, it's like you say it once, it pow, that fucker pops up. He's in here. He's probably just busy.
Vu Fam. Oh, I still got to get a hold of him. I never sent him any info. I was supposed to get a hold of him.
New steel and scales on the drop bear. Really? I haven't seen them. I need to look into those. I have not seen those yet. That's awesome. Seems logical. You got Joe says the off-grid Rhino newly diamond stone sharpened, and I wish I could carry my ZC katana. Well, I'm carrying it though. So, what is okay? So off-grid Rhino with a diamond stone sharpening. That's awesome. Which one did I send you, Mike? I sent you.
I have not unboxed them yet.
Oh,
I have.
Well,
Just so you know, I can see one that says it's the Stinger XL, and I didn't open it up and look at the knife, but I definitely told Elliot that he needed to get in touch with Off Grid Knives because Elliot has his original model, the Stinger XL. It's a copyrighted name, the Ferrum Forge Stinger XL.
Yeah, well, it's off-grid though, so off-grid Stinger is going to be different than Ferrum Forge Stinger.
It doesn't. Okay, so the way it works with copyright stuff, and I had to learn this, is if you associate your brand name with the title of the knife, it's that the title of that knife is now associated. So
I could think of a lot of knives that have different.
He probably won't enforce it. Yeah.
It's just the beginning's different. So
well, I got a cease and desist for a knife that I was making custom that was called the Viper, or not the Viper, the Hornet. I had a knife I was calling the Hornet, and I got a cease and desist from Best Tech.
That's kind of a common name, though.
That's not me. That's YouTube. I don't have nothing to do with that. There's nothing I can do about that. Trust me, they do the same thing to me on other chats.
They do it on mine. Yeah, you kind of have to. It's just a good way to. It's the only way you can protect yourself from.
Trust me, I wouldn't give a fuck.
So. Wait, what sensor? Like what?
No, like if you say if I came in and I was going to do a super chat and said, "What's up, dummies?" It wouldn't let me do it. Because I'm calling everybody dummies. So it'll and if you try to say something about boobs or
I feel like I've gotten away with a lot more than that.
You can.
I've said some pretty bad stuff in here.
Well, even if you manipulate it to where it's not exact, they can tell. They can tell what you're trying to do.
So we can't say kaboob anymore?
Well, kaboob works because Dennis just did it with the 2 crackers.
There's the 2 crackers. There's 3 crackers. What you talking about? Look on the screen. There are ways to get around it. And if you're
this was it, Bubbles.
If you're a moderator, you can get stuff by that. But I definitely had to put the restrictions on it because like YouTube will shut your channel down for shit. You and I both talked about that, Jared. But hey, you got a second? I wanted to mention. I'm going to show some of the stuff. I have a sampling of just some of the big ticket stuff that I'm giving away when I hit 10. The big ticket items. Like I've got 8 more knives, 8 more items that I'm giving away, plus a bunch of very expensive beads. Okay. I'm giving away a all black Lago.
Yeah.
Okay, so the way this works, when I hit 10,000 subs, I'm going to do a live feed. If you're a verified subscriber, if I can prove that you're a subscriber, all you have to do is you're going to get picked in the, wow, that was loud. You're going to get picked. I have an all black pyrite.
That's a sweet knife. I ordered one of those.
I have.
I got it on the
what
way.
What else do I have? I'm going through. I just picked up the stuff that's over here. I have a Artisan Valor designed by Ferrum Forge.
What are you doing?
Let's see. What else am I giving away? I've got, I think this is the other Pyrite. I have one of the Pyrite prototypes. This is a prototype Pyrite. So it's the only one you're going to see in green G10. Let's see. Oh, here you go. I have a Spyderco. I can't remember the name of it. This is that Spyderco Southern Design Hanan that I'm giving away. So I'm going to do prize packs. So there's going to be multiple. There's going to be multiple items in a pack.
Oh yeah.
I've got a Spyderco brand new. The box is kind of beat up, but a brand new PM2 in crewwear.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a crewwear PM2. I love it.
Does it have the micarta?
What knives do you have around you, Ryan?
What's up?
What knives do you have around you? I seen you said that the
only. Oh well, hang on. Let me finish. I'm just because this is the stuff I'm giving away. All this stuff.
Go ahead.
I'm giving all this stuff because I do this on my channel all the time. I told you I wanted to do this real quick.
I get it. You want to announce your giveaway. Go and subscribe to his channel so you guys can enter into this giveaway. This is a badass giveaway.
I'm gonna try not to interrupt.
I've got well over $1,000 in stuff that I'm giving away, and then the last two, I have a limited
dick pics.
This is number 2 of 60 of the Sea Snake, or Sea Snake. This is the Blade Show exclusive.
Brown micarta, right?
Yeah, micarta and S35VN, and I have a Kaiser. Did we say it enough that Vu's going to show up?
Yeah,
Kaiser Towser H. So that's not even all the stuff. I've got that many. I have that many knives I've showed you. I have that many more that are over on the counter.
Well, I had some that I was gonna throw in, but I'll just wait till the next giveaway because you got so many already.
Exactly. I've got like
that's gonna be a lot of money in shipping.
Well, I'm gonna do it in I'm gonna do the 3 big tickets, and then the rest of it's gonna be in I'm only doing 6. There's gonna be 6 subscribers that can win.
Okay. That's awesome though. You guys will be getting a shit ton of stuff each giveaway. So the 3 winners that will win will be getting not just one knife, there'll be multiple.
Well, and I have some little lanyard beads. They're cast lanyard beads. They're like $50 to $100 each. They're all they look like Nordic beer beads.
I know what those look like. Yeah.
Yeah. So
what knives do you have around you, Ryan?
Actually, Mike Emler and I have one knife in common. Mike, do you remember this knife at all?
Oh yeah. Mine is it's not far. It's on my workbench.
Yeah, go
grab
it.
I had it out today.
I always thought yours looked really cool.
Mine is in the Dragon.
What is that handle material called, Ryan?
So this it's like acrylic. It's like black acrylic, and then it's white. It's like pine cone. Like they took a pine cone inside of an acrylic, and then they cross cut it, sanded it down. But then there's mosaic pins. It's the Bark River North Country 2.
Yep.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Mine is in the red. It's called Red Ruby Frost Dragon Scale.
How many different versions did they do?
Fucking tons.
A few. Yeah.
Oh, really?
So they did generic ones with just plain wood, whatever wood you can name, like oak or hickory. But then they did these more expensive ones with acrylic handles where they just took artistic liberties making it. I got one of those ones.
I love
what you meant, Kyle.
Yeah.
I love the mosaic pins that they used.
I do too. They're underrated. They really make the knife pop. Mike, does yours get
I felt that before
rust?
Formula. Trust me.
The patina? Because mine always gets the green patina on the mosaic pins. Does yours at all?
Because of the copper?
Yeah.
No, I actually use mine mine is in and out of the sheath and in and out of pocket.
Same here.
On stuff. And so I don't very often get that. What I do get it on is some of my knives I have a couple cold steel knives that have nickel silver bolsters.
Yep.
And they will, if they're in the sheath, they will get that. But I haven't had it on this, but like I said,
nickel
I use this.
Nickel doesn't rust.
It's nickel silver, but it's actually a bronze-ish. It's a type of bronze.
Can that rust though?
It's not rust. It gets.
I'm just asking if the nickel silver can rust though. I don't think it can, right?
Because it doesn't have steel in it. It's nickel. It's actually a type of bronze.
Okay. which can't rust.
And it does. It gets this green patina on it, and you got to clean it up every once in a while. Virtual Voice choice.
I need to get some Bark Rivers.
They're great. I love Bark Rivers.
My fixed blade game.
Yep.
I've got a few. I got quite a few. I probably got like, I don't know, 20 or so.
Here's what
I'll lend you mine if you want, Jared. Whenever you want it.
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. I know you were showing me that that karambit too. That thing looked bad. Why don't you show us that?
That one I got right here too.
Yeah, that thing looks badass. Is it double-edged?
Yeah. So it's double-edged on both sides, but
yeah, be twice as careful.
if this was actually the knife that I learned to sharpen on, so I think I might have fucked up the edge.
That's all right.
At some point, I gotta send it to you to get it fixed up. But
there you go.
It's good. It's cool. It's ironwood.
Let me see. And then I love ironwood.
I'll try to get closer. And then I think the steel is like a composite where it's part D2, and then I think it's 5160 spring steel.
Nice.
I'm not used to the camera yet, so I'm trying to like actually get a good view of it.
Where are those made again?
They're made in the Philippines by a company called Traditional Filipino Weapons. So you can see on here it's TFW. They normally make swords or machete length stuff. So like a ginunting or like a
sheath wood.
Tilabong.
Am I right about that?
Yeah, it's a different kind of wood, but
does it have a belt loop or anything on it? Or
it does. That's my main gripe.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So it does. So it works two ways. Like you can see that it goes a little bit.
Lift it up a little bit higher.
Okay, there you go. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
So when you plug it in, there's like little grooves on the inside, so the clip pretty much retains it in like that. I thought that was cool, but the clip itself here doesn't grip hard enough on your belt or whatever.
Can you lift it up? I can't see what you're saying.
My bad, guys.
No, you're fine.
I'm an amateur.
Oh, I see what you're talking about. It's got a little groove in the handle, and it just locks.
If I remember correctly, you can get the leather sheath though if you want.
It's not leather. You can do kydex.
Or kydex.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I almost wish that I did. Like it's beautiful, like the sheath, but as far as practicality, like when you go to yank it out, you just pull out the whole thing. You don't pull it apart. You have to actually grab it.
Ironwood's toxic?
It can be, yeah.
I didn't know that. Huh. He says he lives in Arizona where a lot of ironwood is sourced. Highly toxic, but sick.
Yeah, it's good looking.
Tough. It's very dense.
I was getting this. I don't know, Jared. Have you gotten to see one of these? The MFA or MAFB?
I don't think so.
This is from Cerberus Knives. So this is basically a fixed blade version of the Arian that he designed, that Chris designed.
Oh, right.
So this is the fixed blade. So he gave this to me. This was a gift. They're in S90. This thing is possibly one of the thinnest small little fixed blades I've ever handled. It is ridiculously thin behind the edge.
Look at Zoroaster in here. There's a link to the karambit right there.
Nice.
Aaron B says, Jared, get yourself a Tucson TS 265 Fixie by Mazwan Mokhtar. You know what? I told you I'm done with Mazwan until he fixed them damn pivot collars.
What's wrong with the pivot collars?
He fucking puts.
There's China all over it. Billboarding everywhere.
China wrapped around the pivot collar. And it's like,
it just
I
looks
don't
tacky.
care that it's made in
China,
China, but I don't want because the pivot collar is supposed to be a place that your eye gets attracted to. It's supposed to have something cool on it, right?
Or like a different color, like the
or a pattern.
Matt Szymanski's in here. I always like that he had like the red
city
right
and
here.
State and country it came from.
I'm kind of torn. I'm kind of torn with a couple of the Two Sons, like that tepe, where it says like Two Sons and it says Taichung China. I like it because it looks like a case head stamp on a rifle round.
Looks cool,
which looks cool, but I just don't exactly. Right. It would have been better if it just had the designer's name around it.
Yes, I would be fine with it, even if it said Mazwan Mokhtar all the way around. I'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to say China on it. And it's like, I know it's made in China, but it's just the point. Like, I don't want to walk around with that on my knife as the most attractive part on the knife. Do you know what I mean? Like, I also wouldn't want it on the blade, or on the clip. Like, don't put it on the pivot collar. And I think if he truly would change that, man, like, I would have totally bought that there's a new one out that he did a design of, and I possibly think it could be like the best Tucson ever, like the best Tucson. And I want to buy it so bad, but I'm refusing because of that damn pivot collar.
Jared, I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Like, if you could move that billboarding anywhere, like you could move it off the pivot, but you couldn't take it off completely, where would you prefer it? Like, would
Inside
you want it on
the knife.
Yep, inside the knife.
On the liners.
Here's the thing. Like, you have to mark the country of origin on your stuff, but that doesn't mean it has to be engraved. I've said this to other companies. Let's like, just take it off.
I never knew
Like, why does it have to be like, that's my biggest gripe with a lot of these companies. Just because, like, let's say the Ferrum Forge Aluris, it came shipped, and it came shipped with stickers that say China. That's all that's required is a sticker on the box. It says it's an off. That's all it takes. But when you label it on it, first of all, I would much rather have, like, I don't care so much about billboarding on a knife, but I would much rather have a clean, sterile blade. Like,
Yeah,
the Ferrum Forge Aluris. I just
only a couple brands can get away from it, and you better be a damn good one. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Microtech, they billboard, right? But
yeah.
Well, when you're carrying a Microtech, that's something to be a little bit more.
But you almost, it's almost like I expect that. I try to find all the like a Norseman. I try to find all the little Easter eggs. Like, where's all like different stuff. It's kind of like that with that. You expect to see that on a Microtech. They kind of just made that as that was just a thing that Microtech does. And
Gamma Ray Burst with the 5 bones. He says, "What's up, guys? Jared, when are you going to review the Kaiser Original XL Micarta? Got one, and it's so awesome. I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm hoping they're sending me all their XLs because I know there's like 4 or 5 XLs that just came out. I'm hoping they're going to send them to me because I do not want to have to buy them, but I probably will if they don't, because I do want to get them on the channel. But they tend to send me their knife models when they come out. So hopefully they'll be showing up here pretty soon. I found out the hard way ironwood is toxic. I thought I was going to die. I didn't know.
I've heard about it. I've never dealt with it, but I have heard it. And Elliot told me, he's like, if you're going to do ironwood, make sure you're wearing your respirator. I was like, okay.
I once rented an office in Mongolia because I wanted to make a lawyer stop chasing me. Dude legit paid $400 to ship a legal claims packet while I laughed my ass off in New York. I love my job. Hell yeah.
We're talking about Microtech. I don't find Microtech's billboarding.
Cole's in the house.
I don't find Microtech's billboarding unattractive.
Well, it's just big. It's big. That's
big, but like, it's just like that's almost like something that you. Yeah, well, I have a couple Microtechs that don't have it on the blade, and I'm like, I was almost disappointed, and I was like, well, that's disappointing.
Well, and shout out to Cole, Tri-State EDC. Go and subscribe to his channel. I don't mind it either on Microtech. There's certain knives that, like, okay, Hinder, right? Don't mind it on there. Don't mind their billboarding and stuff like that because, you know, with the USA, if it's made in the USA, I don't mind a big USA. Now, the Freeman goes a little obnoxious, so I'm not a big fan of that because, like, if you look at theirs, it's a Freeman in Magna Cut.
I actually like that.
I thought it was cool.
I like it. I like it. It's kind of over the top. It's like, why is my knife yelling at me?
Well, it looks like USA. You know, I love it, and it's got flag, titanium, badassery.
I remember the first time
when it's a USA.
That's done. That's like tastefully doing it the way that they did.
I like the Freeman knives. The first time I ever saw them was at Blade Show West in Portland, and I saw them, and they really it kind of got my attention. And I like the action on them is stupid
good. Yeah.
I've never heard of that brand before either.
You have they're not a big brand.
Freeman originally, from what I heard, worked for Gerber back in the day.
Yeah.
But then went and did his own thing and now makes USA made knives, but he makes a bunch of fixed blades and I think 1 or 2 folding knife designs. He's got this in different configurations, but I love it though. It's a tough button lock. Like you can really feel when this thing engages. I mean, it's a big spring, big plunge. It's a beast. I have missed a super chat. I just got it. I thought.
Yeah, you did. You did. Keep in mind, guys, like Jared doesn't follow the chat, and I have to.
I do follow the chat.
Okay, I have to come to your fence because I use StreamYard too, and sometimes the chat is hard to follow. Sometimes it jumps. Sometimes you'll get down, and then you can't roll back up to find something. It's
that's what happens to me. Is it'll jump, and I'm looking at you guys, right? Looking at something, and it'll jump, and I can, I don't see it. And I look back over, and I'm in a different spot,
which makes it really hard if you're trying to do like a random pick a number giveaway. That's a pain in the ass. You're like, wait.
Yeah.
Why is it so slow?
Stop moving.
Shit.
But yeah, when it comes to knives, any knives made in any other country but the USA, I don't want it billboarded all over it.
I honestly don't care as long as it's
somewhere, but don't billboard it.
I don't care. I don't even want the USA on there. Well, like I just want if you're gonna do a logo, do it something attractive. Do an attractive logo. Like Microtech's logo always was, the font was cool, the shape of it was cool, it looked cool. But like I don't want any of the
picking up a Microtech Desert Warrior. I am not picking up a Desert Warrior Microtech. But
I'm not picking up any more Microtechs.
I know some of those Desert Warriors do pretty good. Seems like they're pretty damn popular. I don't know if guys or people are buying them for their girlfriends or what, but
I don't understand that one either.
It's like a joke knife.
It's like a joke that went. It's like a joke that went too fucking far.
It's the new Boker Mermaid.
Exactly. But people love them. People love them, and people buy the shit out of them.
I've got a Microtech. I got a Microtech for you. Tell me, like, it's gonna be hard to see because it's pretty small, the logo on it. So,
yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, just a little Microtech here. I was like, I messaged Anthony. I was like, what the fuck is this? And it's his. I didn't realize this. He messaged me back. His son designed this.
Oh, nice.
So this is that Arbiter, and the thing that got me, and I wasn't expecting it because I did cut myself with it. The spine is, the back is sharpened as well.
Oh, it is.
That is sharp, and it is. This thing is the thinnest. Like you look at this, you're like, that's a big beast. So thin behind the edge. This thing is terrifying. I'm like, this is scary.
It's like a fighting knife, right? It's basically a fighting knife,
bro. Look at the size of that thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
If it's double edged and it's thin, it's got to be a fighting knife.
It's only double edged from here to here.
I mean,
it's a type of buoy.
That's like a Filipino thing where they only sharpen like the top third. It's a buoy.
It's a buoy. Buoys do that. Like most buoys back in the day, the swedge was sharpened. A sharpened swedge
for the reverse cut.
For a back cut.
Yeah. I have an old buoy like from like the 1800s, and that's how it is too. Bubbles with the 5 bones, the sword. I asked for a knife.
Yeah, Bubbles was asking me for high-end
Brandon Sutton was like, Mike doesn't mind a goofy bird claw on the blade, but doesn't like USA on a knife. No, I just saying, like, I like a logo if it's tastefully done. I don't have to have the country of origin because, like I said, for me, I honestly don't care.
What is that right there, Ryan?
Skagel. It's they're medium Bowie. So they're all the same knife, but it's Osage orange and then like green, white, and black spacers there.
You know we can't
lift
see
it up a little bit.
Thanks, Mike. What would I do without you?
I'm like, I can't see the knife. Yeah, I like that. That's good looking handles. I like those polished bolsters.
Yeah,
very comfortable.
It's like the perfect height where like your thumb, it catches right there. Like it's just tall enough to where it catches your thumb, but not short enough to where it goes over.
Yeah.
That is so true. Naf says Microtech is the highest form of Mall Ninja. That is
fucking nailed it.
Fucking
it's true. It's true. It is 100%. I mean, look at this. It is. It's is Mike still doing a live on his channel too? Yes, I absolutely am.
Mike's always follows up.
Mike, I am still going to be on my channel. Just so you guys are, if you guys are going to join me over there, I will have to tell you, I am going to have to make a bathroom break. I have had more coffee than any 3 people need, I'm probably going to have some more. No, I mean in between your live and mine.
Oh, okay.
Because Jared, guess who my guest is tonight? I don't know if you guys know this. I have a guest on my channel tonight.
Mike's after this,
it's Jared.
We're shooting over there. This is the T-Kel knife, USA made, and it's double-edged too. This is a sharpened spine.
Who makes that?
T-Kel.
T-Kel.
I'm a little
TKELL.
teapot. Oh,
Yeah,
I knew he was gonna go there.
Badass.
They have cool
though.
shirts,
I really
too.
like it. Their sheaths are done
That's
very
a
well.
nice
He
thing.
does all self-defense knives, and he also has this without the ring, by the way. But it does have a little puncture, or not puncture, but pressure
Glass
point
breaker?
thing right there.
Oh.
But he
I like that
He-
ring better than mine. Like
he's
the
got
on the
a
grommet.
lot of different knives, all basically self-defense style knives and like EDC fixed blades. Hell of a good job though. This guy does incredible work. I really like what he's doing. Now for very, very affordable shit, guys.
Maurice,
These
stop
knives
it.
made in Ukraine. Is it Ukraine? Yeah, Ukraine. The BPS knives. They're handmade. They're 100% handmade. But
That's a good
like
polish. I
35,
like
45 bucks. You really can't beat it. The steel on this one is 1066 carbon steel, so it's a nice tough steel. This one's
That's
not
like the
sharp on
ideal
top.
steel to get for carbon steel. You want something in the middle, not too hard, not too soft.
Right. And this
I
one,
like that. It looks
they
good.
come with the leather sheets for like 35, 45, maybe 50 bucks max. And that's max.
That's a good
But
deal.
like this one's a perfect camping knife. Look at that. Nice.
Is that
grind.
Scandi? Yeah, Scandi
Yep.
grind. Nice.
Yeah, it's awesome. You really you can't beat the price for what you're getting here. And this is the beautiful thing about it too, or one of the beautiful things about it. I understand carbon steel is probably easy to heat treat anyways, but since they're all handmade, they're done, going to be heat treated probably in smaller batches, so the heat treats are probably going to be pretty decent on them.
Small batch is always going to be a better heat treat. Than the bigger the batch, the less accurate you're going to be.
Right, but see, because it's Ukraine, it's just a lot more affordable there, and they're probably doing what they can while they can to make as much money as they can.
My daughter's actually teaching English to a little girl in the Ukraine. She because they're in Japan at midnight every Tuesday and Thursday. My daughter stays up till midnight and goes on a Zoom and teaches those little girl that they're planning to immigrate. She's teaching her English so that she's got a step up.
Well, to Lunar, yeah. Well, regardless of politics, we're talking about just the knives. It's the knife makers ain't got nothing to do with that type of shit. So,
Did you see the comment that Maurice made that made me laugh so hard I turned my mic off for a second?
The mockingbird.
Yeah, he said, "Mike, I'm going to kill a mockingbird." I was like,
Bubbles was born small batch. He's pretty epic. Thank you for the 2 bones, Bubbles. I appreciate it, man. Naf says, I want to give Lefty EDC a shout out for being the guinea pig using that is so true. Yeah. M3 Tactical. So they're a USA OEM. They did
I did an interview with them at their table at California Custom.
Right. So Lefty EDC hooked up with them with his growler, so he's got some USA made growlers getting done by them, which opens up a pretty big door. Hopefully it opens up a pretty big door for designers to hopefully be able to get some knives, because you guys already know in recent history it's been very difficult for anybody to get any type of USA production done. There are companies, USA production knives, but they're so filled with their books and the things that they're doing, they will not do any OEM work. So it's very difficult. Now, there are a couple upcoming companies that are hopefully in the near future will be able to take on work as well. But M3 Tactical seems like they're going to be the first one. So yeah, shout out to Lefty EDC. Go and subscribe to his channel as well.
There's one out here called Hephaestus Machine or Hephaestus Metalworks. They're out here in Orange, California, and they're doing the same thing. Good old Maurice.
Here sometime.
I thought you were in the state pen. I didn't think you went to. I mean, it's kind of the same fucking thing.
What you tell everybody? Tell everybody it's Penn State.
Maurice, you went to college close to where I went. I was like an hour east of you.
Did you miss the bang gang sign up? Bang gang, not gang bangs. You got to keep the riff-raff like yourself out. So what else we got? So I want to talk about the sharpener, but we'll wait because I know what other knives you got around you, Ryan? Anything else?
There was another one I wanted to. So this is a Revo Berserk.
Okay.
This is like a it's like a $55 knife.
Okay.
How difficult would this be to sharpen for either of you guys? Because it's like a compound.
It's just 2 edges. It's like sharpening 2 knives.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's not that hard. I mean, where's it? Oh, let me see it. Hold it up again. Is that forward part a 0 grind, or is that just it's like a Tonto?
Yeah, it's kind of like a Tonto.
Yeah, that wouldn't be that. I thought it was something like this, where it's just one.
Yeah, no, it's not. Yeah, it's just it's got.
I have to tell you that this one is a pain in the pecker.
I bet. I bet it is.
Because I thought, like, right where my thumb is, like it's like a point. I thought that I guess because if you're treating it like 2 edges, if you were treating it like 1, you'd like round that off almost.
Yeah.
If you treated it like 1, you wouldn't have that point.
It's no different than sharpening this. You want that secondary point. You just have to be really careful and just pay attention to where the 2 edges marry and make sure you're doing even work on both sides and on the front and back.
You think that's something that people who buy $55 knives would know how to do? I
don't know. I know I fucked up a lot of $55 knives trying to get good at sharpening.
Yeah. That was like my gripe with that was like it's in that budget market, but then like most people who buy budget knives, they're just going to buy another one.
You'd be surprised. Some guys will buy knives and then spend that money and then send it off to be sharpened. And I was like, I had a guy that sent me a knife that was probably a $15 knife.
He sent
it was like a $15 or $20 knife, and he paid me $20 to sharpen it. And I was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" He goes, "Yeah, I love that knife." He's like, "I would rather just not buy a new one." He's like, "It's broke in the way I want it." And I was like, "Okay."
So, yeah, that's the thing. When you start getting into really, really budget knives, you might as well just buy a new one.
That was my thinking with it.
You know, rather than pay somebody to sharpen or buy a new I mean, if you have a bunch of them, yeah, buy a sharpening system or whatever. But when you're buying $10, $15, $20 knives, if you can't sharpen them and you got to send them out, you might as well just buy a new knife. Because the shipping is going to cost as much as the knife.
Yeah, it's
like
even with the knife modders, they've probably modded like a few knives that didn't make sense. Where it's like the mods cost more than the knife.
Lunar had a problem with his Revo Ness, learning to sharpen and bought another one because I liked it so much.
They're good.
I'll tell you. I've had people send me knives for refinishing. I had a guy send me what was probably a $30 knife and had me clean it all up and sharpen it and refinish the blade and tumble it. And I was like, this is a very cheap knife. And he goes, "Well, it was my dad's." And I was like, "Oh,
have a good night, Kara."
Okay.
She out of here?
Yeah, she's calling it a night. She's probably going to go play her games.
Yeah, she's done modding. She's done modding the mods.
You can get a 3-inch ball bearing flipper at Harbor Freight for $9 bones. The problem is, though, and this is the thing, when you start getting that cheap, it's not possible for them to, 1, have a quality steel, or 2, have a quality heat treat. So you're getting 2 ends of shit. You're getting a bad steel with a bad heat treat. Not just a bad steel, a bad heat treat, which is even worse than having a bad steel. You can have any steel, and if it's got a bad heat treat, it's shit. So
I'm going to say not always, because I have been pleasantly surprised with this. Yeah, like this
Mike,
cold steel.
That one?
That's the cold steel kudu.
Oh, I've seen that. That's with like the
that's the ring lock.
Pin. Yeah.
Yeah. And Stacy Bolstered Blades sent this to me as a gift. And
Stacy's a sweetheart.
I honestly love this knife for under $10. It's amazing for what you get for it. And it's just in 5CR. So
so I had a company the other day contact me, and
does CR go lower?
Yeah, 3CR. 3CR is that's usually reserved for the liners.
Base. Yeah,
the liners and stuff like that.
That's like practically a mild steel.
Send me a thing, and the knife was in 7CR, and I was like, no, because even if it's very affordable, it just doesn't make sense, because to me, I would never recommend something with that steel. I would always because think about it, you can get now D2 154 cm and a bunch of other steels for
$30.
Right,
yeah,
$20
like 30.
So it's like, why would I recommend that for $10 or $15, whatever it is, when for just a couple more dollars you can get 5 times better steel? Like, because when you start talking about 5 CRs and 7 CRs, that is way, like, that's below 420 HC.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're talking about like you said, it should be for liners and stuff, not for edges.
7 CRs. I like actually 5 CR is better in my opinion than 7 CR. I think it does a little bit better.
Is that? Like, is it?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, all these people are like, well, the spec sheet. Here's the thing. Like, people will tell me this steel should be harder to sharpen than this steel, and are like, well, and I'll say, like, I say that S90V is actually easier to sharpen than 20 CV. And it's not that I say it is. It really is. Like, I have much less problem sharpen S90V than I do with than 20 CV or M390.
Sometimes
and they always like, well, look at the spec sheet. Like, you're not right. It's look at the spec sheet. I was like, I don't give 2 shits about a spec sheet.
Yeah.
I know how it feels on the stone, and I know when the edge has
reached apex. First-hand knowledge is what you have.
Yeah. So I just
second-hand knowledge.
From a heat treater's point of view, what is easier and more, I don't want to say efficient, but what is easier to heat treat, S90V or M390 or 20 CV? Is one easier than the other, or more
having made knives, heat treat is heat treat. It's just how long.
I mean, consistent wise, like if from a large batch company that's doing 100 knives at once, because like that's some of the times the issues with M390s we see is because it can be finicky when heat treating large batches like that. I don't know how S90
well, okay, so but the thing is with heat treat, it's
shout out to Brian, Transparent Knives. Shout out to you, brother. He's
hey, what's up, Brian? It's just a matter of getting the blade to the temperature, a constant temperature, and then quenching it. Like, that's like, from a heat treat perspective, like, any knife is going to be the same process, unless there's certain knives that require, like, there are some knives, there are some steels like 20 CV,
right? But from what
that require a double temper.
But from what I understand is that, so when you start getting to the big ovens, right?
Yeah.
It's impossible to have a controlled heat on every single blade in there very accurately. So certain steels, if it goes up or below, like within a 50-degree mark, it can compromise the heat treat. This is just wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
S125V is like that. If you miss it by 10, 15 degrees,
right,
like, you get a completely different end result.
Right.
The nice thing about S125V is annealed, it's still almost 60 Rockwell.
And that's one thing I always wonder between the, a bunch of the steels, like, well, is it easy for some companies to heat treat? Because I would want to think that we as a community would want to see steels that are easy for some of these big companies that are doing big batches to do, like 14C. I know that steel's easy for companies to heat treat because it was designed and made to be heat treated on like a conveyor belt.
Yeah.
So like razor blades.
And it's great.
It was
amazing. It's a very good steel. No, you're right. There's a lot of them that are finicky. S110, S125. What's another one that I did that Elliot helped me with that the heat treat was really 1095. Surprisingly, 1095 is really 1095 is really finicky on the heat treat, and you can't air quench it. It has to be oil quenched. So I did a couple knives in 1095.
Go and subscribe to his channel, even though he doesn't have any videos, but he does got a lot on Instagram, and that's where you want to follow. Transparent.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this sharpener, so I have time to make a toilet break before I start my live feed.
Okay, all right. So I sent you the bigger one.
This one
it's another company. So this one's the Tumbler.
I've seen that one on Instagram.
Right. So it is not as good as the one I sent you.
No, this one's great.
Not as good. Now it's the same thing, but the difference is that one comes with replacement stones. You can buy new stones. You can do all that. This one, the stones don't. I don't even know if they come off.
No,
the stones don't even come off of this one. So let me grab this knife.
It almost looks like a salt
knife
shaker.
with it, which is cool, right? They sent me an actual knife. But slap it on like that.
Yeah.
And this is the knife sharpener I was talking about earlier, that if you have kitchen knives or chef knives, and you have trouble sharpening, this system is so easy to use. So now you just set this on the table.
No, you can't make anything idiot proof. You can only make it idiot resistant.
Right.
Good point, Mark.
But like I said, this one only has a diamond
and a ceramic
steel, which I'm not a fan. That the one I sent you has actually
so this has a diamond and a ceramic, and it has the magnetic plate. But the cool thing about it, like I'm going to tell you, there's a video that goes up.
Two other stones.
Yeah, there's 2 other stones. So, but I mean, even with just these 2, it did a really good job. This is probably, I'm not a fan of sharpening systems, and I don't ever recommend sharpening systems ever. I would recommend this.
Ones?
I would recommend this because the thing is, as you're moving this rolls. So it's spinning. So it's not just dragging it along the blade.
Right.
It's actually spinning it as you push this.
Micro teeth, yeah.
You're getting serrations. And then this cleans it up, and it's got a 3,000 and a 6,000 grit stone.
No,
I did it.
But you know what, though, man?
That's what I was thinking.
So good. And this is the way I say it. Like for anybody, it's great. But the people that were arguing with me about it not being great, I want them to picture their mothers, their aunts, their uncles, their grandpas, their grandmas, their brothers, their sisters that will never, ever, ever learn how to sharpen. It is perfect for them. Yep. They can sharpen any of their kitchen knives in 3 minutes.
I did 2 knives in 7 minutes.
Right.
And I mean, you could put this, look at that. You could set this in the box. That's all it is right there. This is all you absolutely need.
Maurice sharpens knives on his dick. So we know this has got to work good.
Your poor wife. So rough. Put some lotion on that thing.
Alex, you just missed Kara. She's off for the night.
No, it's a great system, and I can see why these other guys, copied it. Because of course, why wouldn't you? Now,
I was gonna title. I didn't think anybody get it, but I was like, hey, let's give this sharpening. I was gonna let's give this sharpening system a whirl, and I was like, nah, I'm the only one that's gonna get that.
Yeah. Go with Horrell. Don't go with the tumbler though if you're gonna get it. And also, by the way, too, when I made my video, I could not link them. You can now.
You can actually. You can buy them now.
So.
Yeah.
But
they're not that expensive. What are they?
They're like a little bit pricey. It's a little bit pricey, but
how much are they?
You when it comes almost $200.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
They're a little bit expensive. However, with the ease of use, it's so easy to use. Like I said, a person that is like I said, all the people I mentioned, they're not going to go out and get $200 for a KME, and they're not going to sit there and learn how to use one. This anybody can use, so it's worth the $200 to somebody like that.
Guys, I don't even have an affiliate link for it, and I'm going to tell you, it's one of it is the only sharpening, like for kitchen knives. It just in the kitchen. That's the only one I'm going to recommend. Like I honestly would use it. I mean.
Well, when you told me a liar about it, like I couldn't help but think, like, what do I have to lie about? Like I had no incentive.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't making anything. I couldn't even link it. So like it made no sense. Like I could see if you were gonna say, well, you want to sell it or whatever, so you get a percentage. I couldn't at the time.
Yeah.
So and I didn't think I was ever gonna be able to. But there was no incentive for me to lie about it. And I was 100% honest and shocked, by the way, because I honestly thought I
didn't think it was going to work. I honestly didn't think it was going to work. I put that knife on it. I put the big slicer out of I was like, all right, let's see what it can do with this. And literally 3 minutes later, I had that knife was dull too. Like my daughter uses it, and she uses it on a plate. I don't know how many times I've went out to the kitchen and my daughter's slicing a sandwich on a glass plate. I'm like, I got to fucking sharpen that now. I took that knife that my daughter uses and I ran that thing down it for like 3 minutes on both the thing. I didn't even use the 3,000 and 6,000. And I was like, that's pretty fucking sharp. I was like, that works really well.
I know most of us don't have. I mean, I have a couple now, but I've never had really any good chef knives until recently. Ryan, do you have any decent chef knives?
So I bought them for my father, and they are I think it's United was the name of the company.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know what steel they are? Are they carbon? I know that would be probably the best for chef knives.
Yeah, I think it might be a VG10. Don't quote me on
right.
VG10 is really good for kitchen.
It's really good. Yeah.
I have those Dahlstrongs.
He also bought himself Kamikoto knives, which is a scam. Yeah.
Yep.
See, Mike's shaking his head. like real people who know chef knives, if you have any family members trying to buy them, don't. If you buy Kamikoto, you'll get a really nice sharpening stone.
Oh.
That's the best thing in there.
Yeah.
The knives themselves are not good.
I was going to tell you, like, if you guys haven't seen them, you guys know that I got a bunch of the Dahlstrong kitchen knives that came in, and their knives are in a bunch of. So they've sent me 3 knives. They sent me, one of them is in AUS 10, one of them is in X50. It's X50.
X50.
It's the same steel that like German, like the really nice German kitchen knives. It's in the same steel. And the other ones.
Thank you for joining me.
Actually, 2 of them are in AUS 10.
What just happened? Oh, I'm glitching out. Sorry, guys.
You look fine on my end.
Thank you for joining, man.
You look fine on our end.
Everything's given. No, everything just crashed for me and then popped right back up.
Oh.
Yeah, Edgy. I am wanting to get one of those. So, Super Steel Steve or Chef Kalari, he's been practicing and making custom chef knives for a little bit now, you know, working on his heat treat and grinding and all that. And now he's gotten to a point to where he's doing them well enough that he's confident to sell them.
I want to get a hold of him and have him send one.
Yeah,
I just want to borrow one.
They're all right.
Yeah.
No, I definitely want to try it because I know like some of them, they look super thin. The geometry looks good. Yeah, I'm happy to try one of those. I'm going to buy one from them because I want to make sure I support it.
I would if I had the money, but I would, I definitely would borrow one just so I could talk about it on the channel.
I want to try, just speaking about steels, I can't wait to try that 15V that Triple B helped make that Spyderco is going to be putting on the Mannix.
Yeah. Because I love Sean. I'm curious too, because, you know, his heat treats are crazy. Hey, I want to talk to you about, so I got a bone to pick with you, Jared.
Me?
Yeah. What the fuck did you send me that goddamn Gerber sumo?
Okay, so I figured
I
wanted to give you, and this is all honesty, I knew nobody would like it, right?
It's
so
garbage.
I wanted to give you, I think it's good sometimes to have something that's shit, because then you can show people. I'm not saying that you don't.
I get enough Emersons. I get enough Emersons that come in. I don't need you to send me a shit Gerber.
You hate Emersons. I remember that about you. I
think
the first time I came in, you were bitching about Emersons. I was like, oh, he really doesn't like Emersons.
Let me. Okay. Do you want to hear a case in point as to why Lindy from Knife Modders was at the California Custom Show? Ernie Emerson was there and had a $1,500 knife on Friday for the table sale, the table lottery. It was a $1,500 knife that had a mangled and destroyed washer in it. They sold that on their table for $1,500. And I was like, it's become glaringly obvious. You do not give a fuck about what you put out.
Yeah,
you don't fucking care anymore.
People that have made the same statements. I don't have any Emersons. All the Emersons I've tried,
good. Keep it that way.
Good, but I haven't tried a lot of them. But the few I've had were good. I have had a few that were rough around the edges, but I've heard from a few other people that they have a huge problem with them. And then Strider too. That's another one. And I have tried lots of Striders, and I can speak to that one. Strider, man, I love the designs.
That's very bold.
Damn it, man, they just don't fucking do a good job. They always get lock, stick, and like not just like
the new ones.
Oh, lock, stick. No, like you have to get another tool to unlock your knife.
Yeah, that's happened. Okay, so I honestly saw that at a knife shop. I have a friend that owns a shop that has a small little brick and mortar front where he has like 5 cases full of knives, little small cases, and since Mick is local, he always has Striders. And I literally was there and watched him take a knife that had just come in. A customer flipped it open, didn't even flick it hard, just like thumb rolled it open.
Yeah.
And they could not get it undone.
Right.
And I was like, why don't you just why don't you put some electrical tape on a screwdriver? He goes, no, because I bought this fucking knife to sell. So I've got to go because he's got to fucking fix this. He's like, this is ridiculous. Right. I'm like, well, I guess we'll talk about what we're going to talk about some other time. But yeah, but the new Striders, are great. I had a custom strider that I got a couple years
all
ago.
The customs I've
that
tried
thing was
great.
amazing.
All the customs I've tried have been amazing. Some of my favorite knives ever that I've ever tried have been custom striders. But I'll be honest, a couple of them were Marfione customs. So it was Marfione making them.
Oh, yeah. I know the one you're talking about. Yeah. I know the one you're talking. Not the
badass.
I've seen 2 of them, and it really stuck to the point where I had I got a tongue depressor and wrapped it with tape to stick in and twist to help. Like I'd push on it and then twist that and pop it loose. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I put graphite all over all over the lock face.
Yep.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, and that's mine. I sent mine to get carbonized and to Knife Modders, shout out to Knife Modders, and they did it. And the lock stick did go away. It still comes back here and there sometimes, but it's nowhere near. Before it would, like, as soon as I'd open it up, I wouldn't even be able to unlock it. And it's like, and I've tried, I'd say 90% of all the ones I've tried, every one of them, but maybe one, and then the customs didn't have lock stick, and severe lock stick.
Well, I made a video one time, and it was a joke, and Mick, I said something about it at a show. I was like, in a video, I was like, how do you know you got an authentic strider? And I was like, lock stick and blade rock, right? Lock stick and blade play. And so I won the
clone. It ain't got lock stick.
I was like, yeah, exactly. So I went to the California Custom Show, and I won the lottery for that strider that I bought, the SMF that I had for a while, that compound grind. And it was so smooth. And I looked at Mick and I was like, Mick, are you sure this isn't a counterfeit? He goes, what? And I was like, there's no lock stick. And he goes, oh, I fucking forgot about that. He was like, I should fucking kick your ass. And I was like,
because he saw that video you did, right?
Yeah. I talked to Mick. I talked to Mick at all the show. Like, Mick's a great dude. He just doesn't like to be on camera.
The crushed washer Emerson was legendary. They say if you snort the washer powder, you get the ability to make rugged knives. He says, who is the other guy up with Mike and Jared? You can't see his name? Seems logical.
What's up?
Strider and plastic pry bar are
essential combo.
Right. I just come customary with the knife.
Has jokes tonight.
I have a friend that has a strider and he loves it, and he has never sent it back to Mick. He lives in Colorado, and he literally cut the end off of a screwdriver and wrapped it with electrical tape and keeps it in his pocket so that when he uses a knife, he can disengage the lock bar. And I was like, you should send that back.
Right. Because it should be, they should be able to hopefully, regrind the face lock and or replace the blade, whatever it takes. Because when it gets to that point, like, I don't mind a little stick. I never complain, even though I don't like it. Like, if it's a little bit, it's okay. But when you start talking about where it sticks every time and it's heavy and it locks up to where you got to like pull the blade back just to like try to get the lock underneath it.
Well, then it's dangerous. You're having to fuck around with it too much with a sharp object.
Super dangerous.
2A Dave, one of my paying members, 2A Dave is like, that washer was fucked. I've seen the pic.
I like how 2A Dave migrated from Mike Emler's to Neeves. That was cool. I met him in your live, Mike.
Yeah.
Dukes of Hazzard with the 5 bones. What's up, Fuggins? Happy Thanksgiving to you all. Have a good one. Thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, Alice.
And what's up,
Alice? If you guys haven't went and checked out Alice on Instagram, she makes some of the coolest
she does
paracord stuff. I have a whole bunch of stuff that's going to go with like each knife pack that I do for my 10,000 sub. Also is getting stickers, some of Alice's I don't know what you call them, like monkey's fists and stuff like that. She sent me a whole bag. So all that stuff's going to go together. And like I said, beads and all that will be with all those knives I'm giving away.
Her Instagram's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
We got Lunar says, I want to buy myself a Christmas present tonight. Kind of want a mini Crooked River. Anyone have any suggestions? 500 and under. Well,
Bravo one seems
since you're saying the mini Crooked River, I'm going to suggest this because I think it's a great knife, and that is the Jutland. It is Italian made.
I like the blade on that one.
Elmax steel. The micarta is extremely good quality. It does have the wire clip that this one works really good. And it's the action. It feels like Riat made it, even though it is Italian made. The detent is perfectly well tuned, very crisp, very snappy. And like the Crooked River, it has a very similar, trailing clip point, kind of like clip point buoy in a way. And man, I'm telling you, this would be a great alternative, I think.
Bubbles.
Yeah, I know the Crooked River isn't exactly the same, but I think, like if you like that style, this is a great style. So I think that's an awesome one, and that's for like 180, I think, is the price, right around there, which is really good. Another one that's really good. Oh man, I don't know if there's any.
Are we doing knife recommendations?
Yeah, the Urban EDC F5.5. I think there's still some gray ones left, but maybe not because somebody was trying to buy mine. These are made by Riat.
I got one.
Really good.
The slayback, the Laconico slayback from Monterey Bay Knives.
You can always tell Laconico from the handle.
Yeah,
it's like he has very similar design.
If you can find the WE 383, I know a lot of people don't like this screen door or cheese grater, but it is super, super light and balanced. And then the last one I would recommend, and the only reason I have it is because Jared sent me one to review, and I had to get one, is the Concept Prickle. And I don't even like front flippers.
I got one right now that's a really good suggestion, and linked it in the top of the description. So all you gotta do is go down in the description. It's near the top, and it is the Jared OESER F22 KICKSTOP. Go watch my first impressions on this. There's like 20 different versions of this. So everybody's flavor they have. Like they have the micarta ones.
Do they have strawberry?
They have strawberry. Yes, they do. They have strawberry. But the detent on this KICKSTOP, because it has a disappearing flipper tab. See how the flipper tab's gone? So it has the KICKSTOP, which is where the flipper tab is disconnected from the blade, and it works so good. It's so snappy.
That's
my video. I just posted a video on it.
Who designed it? Is it Lee?
Lee Williams.
Lee Williams, the Lee Williams KICKSTOP. It's a feature that I like on a lot of knives, but there are some knives that just don't execute it real well.
This one,
that I'll tell you what I like even better than that. Like I said, is that mini roach removable. Like just take it all the way off.
The Kaiser roach. I love that they brought that one back. Like that one was almost dead in the water. Yeah.
Did you have a big one, Ryan? Did you ever have a big one?
No, it was between the Kaiser roach or the Spyderco Shaman.
Yeah,
and then I got the Shaman instead.
Yeah. Oh, you chose
good
poorly.
Choice, though. Good choice.
Yeah. It's not a bad knife. It's just it was always hyped up, and I was like,
you gotta try it.
It's all right, yeah.
But yeah,
I'll probably sell it off.
If you love reverse flicking action, that roach is so
good. Like I said, there's only a few knives that I found that the mini version is better for me than the regular version, and it's like this one. It's this one. Stop it, Ryan. So there's this one, and then I got to handle the mini Arius at California Custom Show.
Arius?
Yeah, yes. The Koenig Arius, the mini Arius. That thing is great. Like that's another one.
I was looking at the Koenig Arius. I think Tri-State was trying to sell his off at one point, and then he decided.
But like what I'm saying is, like, I like the mini, and it's not on the market yet. Bill just happened to have the prototype mini in his pocket, and I was like, oh yeah, and I'm like, god damn it, now I'm gonna wind up buying one of those.
So now we have something to look forward to.
No, I can't afford one.
That sucks. Hopefully, there seems like there's quite a few right now. Blade HQ and at GP Knives, link down below. But I would love to see them do this in titanium in a premium version. I think it would do well because throwing some I guess you'd call it.
But that's another one. Why, when this is so good at where it's at?
Just because I like titanium, and
I do too, but I don't want to pay extra. So. But does it make the knife any better? That's my thing. Like, if it's going to add to the cost but not improve the knife, then I really don't want it.
Transparent Knives is right. The mini FSD. I only tried the big FSD, but I'm guessing the mini is even.
I haven't seen either one. I have. Hey, I forgot to mention it. I have a green. I have a green version of this that's in my 10,000 sub giveaway.
See? More giveaways. Go and follow his channel.
You got to be a verified member.
The only problem I had with the big one was that I would accidentally disengage because the button's on the other side. for a button lock. So it's a button here, and I would constantly disengage it because I'm right-handed.
But
Now the mini one, I don't know, maybe it's better, but regardless of that problem, you can avoid it right easily. But it is an amazing knife. It really is. It's an amazing.
I haven't seen it yet. I have not seen the FSD.
Thank you, Fiend. There is the link to Blade HQ. And like I said, for the F22, it's linked at the top of the description. Because man, it's a damn good knife. I'm absolutely loving it. Like I said, this is my Thanksgiving carry tomorrow. I'm liking it so much, I might just get the micarta one too. So I can have, 2 of them.
Well, do it quick so you can send me that one so I can have it on the channel. I like the look of that. I like that. It's nice and clean. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that Almar that Pete over at Cedric and Ada and I both agree. I had one and got rid of it, and I saw one at California Custom, but it was half serrated. I almost bought it, and I was like, yeah, I would have gotten rid of it again because it's half serrated. So it kind of reminds me of that.
The only problem with this one is that they put the clip near the spine. It's not all the way at the spine, but almost. So it's not the most comfortable like this.
Just feels weird.
But it's not unbearable. It's still really good. So it's not like the Sharp Eye Designs fucking. Oh man, that pisses me off. It's not like the Apex because they shit the bed with the Apex. The Apex has got the clip right there on the spine.
Yeah,
I remember you saying you.
And I bought 2 of these because I was like, man, I know I'm gonna love it.
It looks cool.
Dude.
The red
send
on
me
black.
Send me that one too. Send me that one too so I can review it.
Well, I can send it to you, but you're
Brian
gonna fucking hate it.
See, that's what I'm afraid of because Brian and I are friends. Brian and I are friends, and I hate to do reviews of knives that are friends of mine. I'll still do it. I told Elliot I've told Elliot a couple of his designs were just not good at all.
Well, when you get it in hand, like everything's great on it. The action, the detent, because it's got the Sharp Eye Designs detent nub. But when you put it in hand and you wrap your hand around it and you feel that clip, you can't help but think like how
I don't like clips to begin with. Oh, hey, you said you wanted to ask about Knife Maker because I want to answer that because I want to make a bathroom break before I start my live. So
Ryan, you can answer this too. So the question is, out of all the knife designers that use OEMs to make their knife designs, whether they're a custom knife maker or not, what is or who do you think is the best knife designer that goes through OEM? So, like whether they go to Riat, whatever, but a knife designer who makes the best, most consistent, you can't miss knife designs.
I already had mine. So
no, go ahead.
I know everyone's going to think I'm going to say Elliot Williamson because he almost always hits the mark. But the fact is, as much as I love Elliot like a brother, he has made designs I don't like. There is only one knife maker so far that has not made a design I don't like, and that's Ray Laconico. Every design Ray has made, every one of them I've ever seen, has always been something that I was like, yep, I want that. Yeah. Never once has he missed the mark with any of his designs, from his old school stuff when he was working with Mike Vangino, and they were trying to do their original run of the American Midtex runs that they were doing, to the slayback and the stuff he's done with Artisan and everything like that. That is absolutely the best, hands down, all around knife designer I can think of.
Yeah, I would have to say, we were just talking about him. Brian Nadeau. I think Brian Nadeau. Of course, am screaming about the Apex, but other than that, his other designs, they're so consistent to me. They're done so well in the way he's able, because the CAD work he can send right to Riat, and Riat does it basically like he did it, because he has everything already perfectly well done, where there's no questions asked of whether or not it's going to work or not, because he can do it at his own factory, then send them the exact CAD work or the exact, CNC machining, whatever the fuck it is, blueprints for them to make it. So they get to make, basically, it seems like he made it almost.
Well, it's because Brian was a machinist that then started making knives. It's like Grimsmo.
Right.
Elliot actually is really good at it too, because Elliot had his own CNC in the shop for a few years and had to learn how to program. So Elliot had to become a machinist. So those guys have got kind of an advantage because their designs are basically already set for a machine.
I agree. Brian, Transparent Knives says Null Knives. I have faith that he'll keep coming out with bangers as well. So far, I haven't seen him miss. And the last one, what was it? The Voodoo. Man, that thing is so badass. Another one. I know it's new. I know he's kind of fresh, kind of like Null Knives, but Brian Winters.
Oh,
Winter Blade Co.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna kick off of here, Jared, so that I can get everything set up, because don't forget, Jared's gonna be on my live feed
we're going back to back.
10 minutes. We're doing back to back. So see you guys over there.
See you, Mike. Nice chatting with you.
Where's my thing? There's a thing. I got a thing. Got
a thing will get you.
Later.
So who do you have an opinion on an OEM or a designer?
I was gonna say Moswan Mokhtar, but I don't have too many knives to really have like a good repertoire to go by, but I always liked, like, this is the Sidewinder. I just liked how he got the ergonomics where he has like a cutout for where your fingertips land.
Well, I'll admit, I think he is the best two-son designer they have. He is really, really good. And I don't know what his
Szymanski's pretty good too.
I don't know what his relationship is with them, but I would love to see him do a design with like Riyadh or something. And I don't know why he doesn't, because he has designs.
It could be like a contract thing where it's like,
I don't know. That's what I mean. I have no idea. I know he's probably Chinese, so maybe he has that type of relationship with Tucson where
I think he's Indonesian or Indian.
I have no idea. I was guessing.
Yeah.
Because he has a brother. I know he has a brother. I forget his brother's name, but because I've had his brother had a knife design too, and I had one of his designs. But yeah, I know I love Moswan's designs. I just really wish he would change that pivot. But besides that, though, no, his designs are killer. That new knife really pisses me off because it has that pivot, and I want it so bad. Like, it's literally like one of the knife designs that I was ready to shell out the money like as soon as I seen it. Like, you know how there's those signs you just see, and it's like I don't care. Like, how much is it? Whatever, just give it to me, because I love.
Do they make like secondhand like pivots that you could just
swap? No, that's the thing. I would have to take it and like sand it down and all this other bullshit.
Yeah.
But it's such a good design, man. It looks so good. Backpack B's in the house. What's up, brother? Brett? Moswan is definitely a beast and is often overlooked because it seems that he only works with Tucson. That's what I was saying. Yeah. I would love to see him do an OEM project. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I would love to see him work with Riyadh, Concept, any of them. I think that would be smart on his behalf, because I honestly think that if he put his designs out there with some of these other OEMs, he would knock it out of the park. Like, there wouldn't be no stopping him, because his designs kill it. Like, he really has some amazing designs, and if you hand a design like that to Riyadh, they're gonna fucking kill it. But shout out to Backpack B. Go and subscribe to his channel right here. Thank you, Kyle.
Brent's been making a lot of progress, like in like the last year. He's been like 3D printing stuff, designing stuff, doing a lot more than just fancy looking videos.
Jared, that a hob I sent you was done by Backpack B. Great mod. Oh, no shit. Here, I got it right here. Let me take a look at it. This was done by Backpack B. You got some new thumb studs. Sorry, guys. I don't have
pretty good.
Let me pop this light on right quick. This might help. Got some titanium thumb studs that look really good. Nice wood scales, titanium clip with the blue anodization.
Do you know what kind of wood that is? Like,
I have no idea. Right? I have no clue. Oh yeah, and titanium backspacer. Looks dope. But yeah, these studs are dope because you got the hole deployment. This hole deployment, man, this thing kicks. It is perfectly well placed. Harpoon blade shape. The thumb studs make it because you can flick the hole, but the thumb studs make it to where you have a perfect thumb flick and a perfect reverse flick. So that's cool. I know Backpack B was recent. I'd like to see how it went because I didn't get to see how it went. But when he said he was doing the concept convict the other day, going to put a hole in it. Oh, man, that sounds so badass to me. I hope that they start doing factory versions with the hole on this. They do have a couple designs. I have some coming soon of their new designs because they have like, I want to say like 5 to 7 new knife designs coming out. So those will be here pretty soon. Yeah, the hole too. Yeah, killer job, man. You did a great job on it. I would think that that was done. I don't know how you did it, but it seems like it was like CNC done. If Demko made an 80-10 with a clip point and a different clip.
I still think Demko is the best thing about cold steel. Like, I'm notorious for hating on cold steel, but Demko is the only ones that I'm like, those are good.
Yeah.
Those are nice.
Yeah, those are the good ones. Yeah, for sure. Ian says the Malibu with the hole Brent did is a game changer. I bet. Yeah. There's a few knives that to me just deserve the hole. Like, I even personally love seeing the Sabenzas with the holes. I think they look amazing. Now, I know they're not on bearings, so the washer deployment, you know, can be iffy with the hole, but I think they look so good with the hole deployment. Same thing, like even this. Like, this is a knife right now. I haven't done it, but I'm gonna do it. I'm definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna put a hole in this, in the Allurus, the Fair and Forge Allurus. It deserves it because it's, look at this. It's so easy to reverse flick. Like, this thing needs a hole deployment. It's so good. I love this knife, and the hole would fit perfectly. It has plenty of space, like all the room in the world. I don't know why they didn't do it because it's Fair and Forge, and Fair and Forge usually does a hole.
That Allurus reminds me of the Praxis a bit with the blade shape.
Yeah, no, it's just like it. They're literally like, I did a video the other day.
Find mine.
I did a video the other day, and they are like almost identical. Like, but I think, and I don't know if this is true, but I think that they might have designed this under the table for we or for Civivi. Sabenza with the hole is the best. Knife modders currently have my newest Benza with a hole. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, I think that's badass. I showed Jeff the live stream today where you said to wrench on the lock bar. He was cringing and making faces like someone kicked him in the balls. Oh, nice. Yeah, the Praxis. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like this. They're literally like
very similar.
Identical. Even this part.
Even the jimping up here too.
Yeah. It's the same.
I think the jimping on the Allurus goes a little bit further along.
But like, it's still the same exact shape. I truly think that Fair and Forge designed that. I think that they did like an under the table design thing because they do that shit, you know, where they can just buy the design from them, you know. It's almost a 2 ounce difference. Oh, that's not for me. Yeah, knife owling at midnight or 12:30. Yeah, he's been doing mod jobs on knives late at night. So if you're ever up and you want to see some knife modding or just join the chat and hang out, check out Backpack B because he's getting her done in those late night hours. 9 months is a long time to be locked up. Glad you're out and back, Maurice. Damn straight. That fucking sucks. Someone's locked up for any amount of time. How do I become a verified member? Look at the like, so when you subscribe, right next to subscribe, it says join. Now, if you do not see the join button next to the subscribe button, then change devices and go to a PC or a different device. For some reason, on some devices, you won't see it, but usually you should. But it says join right next to the subscription. Bubbles with another 5 bones. He's been making it rain on Thanksgiving. My question or want for Pena, a damn lanyard hole. You want a lanyard hole on a Pena? That's okay. I'm not gonna knock it, but I would say a lot of people, because we see so many lanyard holes that are just, it's like you don't need one. Now I understand maybe on the little one, right? I get that, but on any of the big ones, to me, I don't want a lanyard hole, but I know some people like them, some people love them. So Ian, I said hi to you like 3 times, you jerkhole. Oh, David, I don't know.
Oh, Aaron said he ordered the Strix in full titanium.
That's badass. It looks sweet, man. I love the way it looks. I love everything about it. That's a damn good looking one. I'd like to try more of their designs. I have something coming that shout out to Shane, hooked it up. A USA made company that makes American made button locks that's new on the scene. You guys might have seen one of their models on Metal Complex's channel, but got in contact with them thanks to him. He hooked us up together because he met them at a blade show. So I talked to them, and they're going to be sending me one of their models. And like I said, USA made button lock that comes in different blade shapes. Pretty unique looking, but badass. So can't wait for that one. Maybe I can show you guys it really quick. Or maybe I shouldn't, but I'll show you guys. Fuck it. Give me 1 second. Because we're almost out of here. Might as well take a little peek at something.
No story time tonight?
Well, no, we only have... Actually, we're already done right now. So I'm just going to show us. If we had more time, I would. But I'm about to go on mic. So maybe we'll just move story time over there. Unless you got a story you want to tell real quick while I'm looking this up.
I wish I had a good one. Yeah, if I had one ready, I could tell it. But
I know. I didn't. I did have one kind of ready, but it would take too long at this point.
Yeah, it's hard for me to talk about my job because there's like a confidentiality thing included with it.
Yeah. Well, I have the same thing. Like with some of my stories, I have to think very deeply on all the parties involved to make sure
you don't want to incriminate anybody else.
Yeah, right.
Because even though you're clear, they're not.
Here's the knives right here.
Those
Lake
kukris?
knives.
Are those kukris on the no to the right?
Oh, sorry. Here.
There you go.
Right here?
Yeah, that looks
those
almost
are
like
just the blades. Yeah, those are the blades.
Okay. I just saw it like curved up and I got excited.
Yeah, but if you look, they look pretty damn sweet. They're very unique. I'm very interested in them. I know they have a very unique look to them, but they're button locks. They look like they'll work good. They have drop points, tantos. I don't know all the other blade shapes they have, but they're fairly new. These guys are brand new. Here's the team right here. So
do you know if they're going to have a table at Blade Show East?
Well, they had a table at the Blade Show that
you just went to
right here. Edgy American went to. Thank you for the 2 bones, brother. Always thinking of my boy. Thank you, man. So that's Shane right there. He's the one that hooked us up. What's up, baby? You're going to bed?
Yeah.
All right.
Love you.
Good night,
I'm
Karen.
about to start the show with Mike.
Bye.
All right, guys. Meet us over at Mike Emler's. Please link it in the chat, one of you guys, please. Oh, there you go. Sorry, never mind. Zeros is already on top of it. There is the link. Hit that link.
Wow, that was fast.
We're gonna start over at Mike.
Zorro.
What's that?
I was saying, good job, Zorro.
Yeah, he's got it. All right, guys. Thank you guys for joining. Shout out to all the Patreon members. We love you. Shout out to everybody who donated tonight. Thank you to all the Bang Gang Squad members who also support the channel. Thank you for everybody for joining tonight. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Hopefully everybody has a safe and fun day and night tomorrow. Don't get in any trouble. Don't be drinking and driving. I love you guys. Peace.
Peace, guys. Thanks for having me on, Jared.